Hey, what's up guys? JP with the Bearded Nautilus back at you with another review today. We're going to talk about something about revitalizing your Aspire Nautilus and your Aspire Nautilus Mini by using these Aspire Triton Mini coil heads. They are compatible with the Aspire Triton Mini as well as your Nautilus Mini and your full-size Nautilus, which are still very popular tanks today. I see lots of new vapors picking up a combo like this. The eLeaf iStick 30 watt and Aspire Nautilus Mini. Or the same with the full-size Nautilus, or even like a Pico. An iStick product with an Aspire Nautilus is a great way to get someone to quit smoking and start vaping. Now the thing is, for the longest time we've only been able to get 1.6 ohm and 1.8 ohm BVC heads, or the even crappier 1.8, I think they had a 1.6 of the BDC, the dual coils, which were just straight garbage. Now I've had good luck with the 1.8 ohm coils, the bottom vertical coils for the Nautilus, but I don't want to retire these tanks. I use one or both of these on a daily basis along with my Kayfuns, but you know, I'm getting to be extremely lazy, guys. I like or just pop in a new coil head. I'll vape on a coil head for a week or two at least, depending. Like right now I've got Quartet by Black Note, a naturally extracted tobacco in here. I just put this atomizer head, the 1.2 ohm kanthal, in here. Maybe 3 or 4 days ago. This one will last about a week. For some reason, the NET juices seem to gunk up my coils a lot faster than, say, like a fruit or a synthetic tobacco juice. But with the way technology is going, we want to push a little bit more power to these coils. You know, you can't really push too much through those 1.8s and 1.6s and let them last. I was getting maybe a week out of the 1.8s if I was lucky. The last 1.8 I had, it lasted 3 days, and it was just junk. I had to throw it out. So I went on to a little website called vapeshop.com, which is where I got all 3 of these. But what I originally picked up, the one that I was most looking forward to using, was the Clapton, the 1.8 ohm Clapton coil. So I went on and I bought it. I'll go to the website right now. I'm looking at it. Vapeshop.com. The RRP of these is $14.95. You can get a 5-pack of these for $9.95 on Vapeshop.com. The shipping is only like $2 or $3, so you know, you save a couple bucks off the regular retail price with these, and you can completely change and revitalize your old kits. Especially if you like mouth to lung, a Nautilus or Nautilus Mini right here, these are just perfect. They have the perfect amount of options for airflow, so you can get a you know, pinhole tight draw, and you could still you know, semi comfortably do a restrictive lung hit off of the max airflow on these. But the technology that we have for vaping is increased. This little mod, this Pico, can push up to 75 watts. Now with those old 1.8s, you wouldn't want to push more than 12 or 13 watts through, or you'd burn up your cotton and you'd just be done. But the hit that you would get isn't as satisfying as you want. Well, that's where these come in really great. Well, let's go vape first. Now with the 1.2 head in here, it's reading at 1.14, pushing 17.5 watts, almost 4.5 volts. And I'm getting just a great hit, great throat hit, great vapor. It's got enough power, whereas if I was using the old head, I wouldn't be able to get a satisfying enough vape out of it. Alright, you do have 3 options. First, you have the 1.8 ohm Clapton coil. Out of the package, it's going to look like this. It's got a yellow band around it. That's what denotes that this is the clapton coil. You can push 13 to 16 watts through this. I've actually had it up to about 17 or 18, and it's done well. It hasn't burnt up. And the flavor you get off that clapton is just, it's leaps and bounds better than the flavor you would get off of a stock Nautilus coil head. Also, you have the option of this. This is a 1.2 ohm kanthal coil. It's rated for 15 to 20 watts. And it's denoted right here with a little clear white seal. And that's what I currently have in both of these setups. Got 19.2 watts, 5 volts on this, and like I said, about 17.5 on this. And it's pushing out excellent. Let's take a vape on the 1.2s. It's pushing out good vapor. It's got excellent flavor. I taste this sun-cured Turkish juice a whole lot better on this than I did on the 1.8 ohm or the 1.6 ohm heads. And just being able to give it that much more wattage, that just little boost, it makes a world of difference, and it makes this tank seem like a new device, which is just excellent. That means you don't have to get rid of this. You don't have to stop using this because everybody else has a sub-ohm tank. I mean, I have this TFV4 micro. I do not sub-ohm. I mean, I like to use this. It's fun to chuck clouds. But it's not practical. This is practical. I can fill this tank up, this 2.5 mils. It will last me all day of mouth-to-lung vaping at 20 watts. I'm getting a satisfying vape, good flavor, good life out of the coil heads, and it's not breaking the bank. You know, some of these fancier coil heads can cost like $20 for a pack of 5, and you're lucky to get 4 good ones. You're lucky to get 3 good ones out of some of these. Every single... I've got 1 clapton left. Every single one of these has been flawless. I have not had a dud in the entire bunch. Now, Aspire is really good with their quality control, and lately their heads have just been phenomenal. I've got 2 of these left. The 1.2 ohms have not had a dud in the bunch. Now, let's move on to the very last coil. And this is what really brings this old technology right here into the future of what vaping has become in the last year and a half or so. This is, I don't know if you can see it. This is a nickel 200 coil. It's a 1.5 ohm Ni 200 coil, and it is denoted with a red band. Now, I've only used one of these coils because I'm not a big temp control guy, but I had to get it. I had to see how it worked. And I had it thrown in the Nautilus Mini, but I was using it in the iStick Pico on nickel mode, about 450 degrees, and it functioned flawlessly. The temperature control kicked in when it needed to. I did not get a dry hit. I did not burn the coil out. The only reason I've thrown it away is because I stopped using it. But this just brings vaping on a Nautilus into what vaping is right now. People want clapton coils. They want flavor. They want the ability to push 20 watts. Just for titties and sprinkles, let's put this up to 20 watts. 20 watts, 4.77 volts. Phenomenal flavor. Phenomenal flavor. Great performance. It's a little warm for me. I don't 20 watts is normally not for me. I'm going to take it back down to 17 where I like it. You just get the best performance out of these coil heads. And for $9.95 for a 5-pack, if you have somebody in your life that's using one of these on, say, an Ego Twist, get them an iStick 30 watt, get them a pack of 1.2 ohm or 1.8 ohm, the Clapton, and give it to them. Their vape quality is going to improve, and they're going to be even more successful at staying off of cigarettes. I guarantee it. You know, everybody wants the newest, latest, and greatest thing. There's so many cloud bros out there. But what's going to keep smokers from smoking are these. The Nautilus, which has stood the test of time. This tank is like 2 years old. Over 2 years old, I think. I think the original Nautilus came out in 2013. So it's like almost 3 years old, this tank. And it's still successfully getting smokers to quit. And if they want something that's the same kind of vape, and you don't want to spend, you know, $100 getting them a Kayfun or other, mouth to lung style rebuildable atomizer, go to vapeshop.com, pick up these heads. If you're only going to buy one, I'm gonna recommend the Clapton. The flavor is just fantastic. And the good thing about these too is that you can also use them in the Plato, the all-in-one. And I'm sure that that's a great device for smokers to pick up as well, especially if you don't want to, spend the money to buy, a $30 Nautilus or $20 Nautilus, a $30 Pico, plus you're going to have to buy batteries for this. So this is just another way to revitalize these classic mouth-to-lung tanks and just change them up completely. And I'm a big fan. Aspire has done wonders for the vaping community, and I think it all started with the Nautilus. And to see this tank be revitalized is just excellent to me. As a mouth-to-lung guy, I still like vaping to simulate smoking, so I don't get back on the cigarettes. And this is just a perfect way to bring this tank back. But with that, I'm going to switch the focus here. If you want to see stuff like this continue to be able to be sold in the next couple of years, I mean, they even want to get rid of this. This is the stuff that keeps people from smoking. So you want to get involved in advocacy, and go down there in that box. There's some links that I will provide to get involved in saving your rights to vape. And if you like what you see, click like, share, subscribe, all that good junk. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put a link down there in the box to my @ for my Instagram. I'll post some vape stuff there too. But with that, I think I'm going to take another hit off of this, and we'll call it a day. Take care, everybody.